Good morning and welcome to Morning Moments. I'm so glad that you came to join us today. I have a returning guest today, and let me just tell you about her first visit with Morning Moments and how we got connected. Before I have her give us an update, I was watching the Super Bowl last year. Real spiritual moment, and I was at halftime, and I thought, well, it's halftime. I'll see what's on my phone. And at halftime, Crystle Elam happened to be on, and I turned up the volume, and she was singing "Amazing Grace," and I thought, this voice, she's just wonderful. I wonder if she'd be on Morning Moments. I invited her to be on Morning Moments. She came in February, Morning Moments. She was my 26th guest on Morning Moments. Since then, I've done 250 guests, and she was number 26. So, so I was thinking of her the other day, and I thought, I wonder if Crystle will come back and just to share with us her heart, what she's doing. Crystle, welcome back to Morning Moments.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here. So glad to see you again. It's been a little while.
Yeah, it has. A lot of things have happened since we've talked last. You're a singer, a recording artist. So just to remind folks now, down below in the credits, some of you may have already seen that. I put her interview from last year down there, so you could look at that as well. But tell me a little bit about yourself and about where you're at right now.
So yeah, like you said, I am a gospel singer, and I'm full-time ministry now. After actually going on 5 years now, I've been full-time ministry, and God has just given me the gift of singing. It's nothing that I went and got trained for. It's just something God gave me. So I have been using it for Him for many, many years. Actually going on 15 years I've been in ministry total. But what I do is we travel wherever the Lord leads us, different churches, different events, and we share the gospel through song. That's what we do. And it's what I love to do. It's my passion. And I love meeting new people. I love sharing the gospel with them. You never know who you're going to meet when you're out and about. And God has blessed me to meet some amazing people. And God has been growing the ministry by leaps and bounds, especially since we talked last. A lot has happened. Just to give you a short rundown, we now have a live band that travels with me. So that's exciting. Before that, we always used the soundtracks, and of course it is easier, and it was just me, but God put some people in my life, and now we have musicians. So we can bring live music to your church and all that now. God also blessed us with a bus this last year.
Oh.
We've been praying about that and the Lord worked it all out. The bus is 100% paid for. Don't owe for it. God gave it to us. It's just an amazing thing. And so now we can all travel together. We can go long distances. Wherever we need to go, we can go now. And God opened up that opportunity. Got the chance to sing at Dollywood twice this past year. And so that was cool. If anybody knows about Dollywood, it's a big theme park in Pigeon Forge, and they welcome in gospel music. And so that was cool. We got to do that. And
my wife and I have been to Dollywood, and it was a special time during some gospel music time. Yeah. And there was a lot of concerts going on. And it's a weird, very strange setting, because people just kind of come and go into your set, don't they?
Oh yeah. Yeah. The first time we sang there, we were in what's called the Pines Theater, which is a really nice theater. That was the first time. Then the second time we sang on the steps of the chapel that's in Dollywood. So that was actually really cool. I mean, always loved that church. And every time I go, I'd always get pictures of it, and then to be standing there singing in that church is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So that was awesome. I'm trying to think. So Actually, today, just today, so funny we're doing this because just today I found out that the song that I released to radio this past year, it's been out, I guess, about 4 months, is currently number 66 on the national singing news charts
Great.
for gospel music. So that's exciting. Just got notified of that today. So God is doing some amazing things. We've got big plans for this year. We're planning on going to places we've never been. I now have a booking agent that helps get me to different areas, and so we're anticipating a good year this year.
Good. It sounds like there's just a different level that comes up,
Yeah.
and it just allows you to have more exposure to different crowds and different people.
Yes.
And
Yes.
thinking. I don't mean to go back to Dollywood, but I was just thinking of those venues like Dollywood that people
Hmm.
didn't necessarily go to hear gospel music or hear the
Yes.
message, but they're walking by and hearing it.
Right. And
So
they can't help but hear it.
yes, yes. And so what a great opportunity that God gives you in those kind of venues as well.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah, I always, if there's anything like that, I'm all for it because like you said, there people will come to Dollywood and may never step foot in a church, you know.
Yeah,
And so you never know who you're going to touch through that. And we got a lot of different connections through there. So it was a blessing. I hope to go back this year. That's the plan.
good, good. Well, is there anything that you've heard from God, anything that really is on your heart during these times too, that big lessons you've learned that you share with
Yeah.
people?
Yeah. So I guess what mine would be is trust in the Lord with all your heart, with all your mind, and with all your soul.
Yeah,
Because it's been a hard road. I'm not going to sit here and say it hasn't. I mean, it affected us in great lengths. When they shut down the churches, it shuts down our ministry. So
right.
there was a lot of trust involved, especially when you're full time. That is your livelihood. So I've had to remind myself a lot this past year, trust in the Lord with all your heart, with all your mind, and with all your soul.
Yeah,
And he will provide. And he did. He certainly did. Never missed a meal. I mean, you look back on it and you're like, how did we do this?
yeah,
My husband was out of work. I was out. I mean, you know, but if you'll just trust in him, and sometimes it's not as easy as some days are harder than others. But if you'll put your whole life and trust in him, he will make a way when there seems to be no way. And I've tried to voice that to people that, there's a lot of people hurting right now. I mean, there's a lot of people without a work, all that. And I think a lot of times we lose focus of where we need to be. We lose focus in what's going on in this world, and we get off track. And I think that's what the devil wants. He wants us to get off track, but we have to remain focused on our one true goal. And our true goal is to make it home. I mean, that's our goal. And so I've been really focused on that. I've upped up my Facebook time as far as I now try to do a daily verse of the day. I do a verse of the day, and we kind of talk about it just a little bit. It's just a short video just to help people every day because every day people are struggling, and just give them a little word every day. And I do my other devotion on Friday nights too as well.
If you haven't heard, and I've made some of her devotions, and not all of them, but I've made a few of them. I'm a busy guy, but there's sometimes I'll click in and listen to her weekly devotions. She just shares from her heart, folks. And sometimes it's just what you need for the time right where you're at, and
Yeah.
just an honest look at what the scriptures are saying and what a word of encouragement. And so if you haven't listened to that, follow her on Facebook so that you
Yeah.
will be able to get to the devotions. And then you'll also be able to see where she's at in concert, in her new music, and to keep an eye on what's going on with her and to be praying for her. So,
Yes, we all need prayer. We do. We're actually going into the studio. Well, we were supposed to go this month, but due to sickness, we're going in next month to start recording a new album. So be praying about that,
okay.
that God will just bless that album beyond measure.
All right.
So,
Well, we will be praying for that. Thank you so much, Crystal. Thank you for coming back. Just kind of giving us an update what's going on. It's been a pleasure
sure.
seeing you. I do believe, I'm hoping and praying that one day we'll get to meet each other face to face.
I
So
know, I know.
yeah,
Now tell me again where you live.
I live in Virginia Beach. So
Virginia Beach. Well,
well,
I'll
not
see if I can get down there.
yeah, and now that you got your own booking agent and working with it,
Yeah,
if you get something
I'll
close by, let me know and maybe so we can
Virginia
get
Beach.
together. Yeah. All
That would
right.
be great.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for joining me for Morning Moments and hearing from Crystal. We're going to put some of her music down below, her contacts, get some of her music, get some of the get involved in some of her ministry as well. You will be blessed. Let me tell you.
Amen.
Thank you so much for Crystal for coming back.
You're so welcome. Thank you so much.
All right. And thank you for joining me for Morning Moments. And if you would, please keep coming back.